Hey there, Coven members, Kale here, and today we are doing another daily energy reading. I was gonna say upgrade, but like maybe it's an upgrade. We are doing another daily energy reading. It is the full moon in Pisces going on today and a little bit into tomorrow. Now, Piscean energy can be a little bit... There's like two sides to that coin. I mean, let's think about this. The Pisces symbol is the two fish swimming opposite each other. So this has the ability to be about undoing yourself. And it also has the ability to also be very dreamy and very imaginative. You may find some of your best ideas come out right now. So I want you guys to focus on yourselves today. If you have the option to take a nice bath, do something good for you today. Just maybe have a little self-care between tonight and tomorrow, just because I really do feel like the energy is very intense, especially because we have so many planets still in Virgo. And again, Virgo, I mean, a high vibrating Virgo is going to be very priority and productivity focused. But if we are dealing with some low vibration energy, we are going to see us picking ourselves apart. So for some of us, this is going to be a great time of self-care and a nice balance of productivity. And then for others of us, the energy is going to be so heavy and intense that we're not going to know what to do with ourselves. So I want you guys to be really mindful of yourselves and how you're doing. Please take care of yourselves. Please be good to yourselves. I would not actually discount manifesting with this full moon. Usually I say use the full moons as a time to release. However, when it comes to Pisces, yes, it's a good time to release, but because we are also potentially so dreamy right now and literally believing in the impossible and living in a dream fantasy land, this is a good time to call in those manifestations because you're able to actually believe them. Especially if you're somebody that has a hard time with limiting beliefs about feeling worthy of things. If you feel like your energy is high enough right now, it's going to be different for each of you. But if you feel high enough energy to do so, it's a good time to call in those manifestations as well. I think it could go either way. And I feel like every astrologer kind of has a different opinion on that. But for my opinion, I feel like it could go either way. And, you know, just assess how you personally are feeling. So today we are reading once again with our Dreams of Gaia Tarot. Let's go ahead and see what the energy is looking like today and how we're feeling. Because again, I think some of us it's going to be rough and some of us it's not. So, okay. All right. Oh man, these are building off of yesterday hard. If you guys watched yesterday, whew, this is very symbolic. By the way, it is September 13th, 2019. That's the energy we are working with. Okay, so a lot of the cards that were in yesterday's reading are coming up today as being a little bit more prominent. So the significator for our day actually is this Five of Fire. I feel like this is extremely symbolic of what's going on for a lot of us. We are fighting our own inner demons and we potentially are fighting externally with others. Right now, I do feel like for a lot of you guys, I think a lot of familial issues are coming up. I feel like there are friendship relationships, family relationships, maybe even partnership, twin flame, and soulmate relationships that are in major arguments, battle struggles, power struggles. That's the word I was looking for. Power struggles are happening right now. And I feel like you are feeling like you need to just overthrow another person or they feel the need to overthrow you. And it's... I really cannot caution you guys enough to say, lay down the sword. Lay down the sword, lay down this fiery justice, and just take a deep breath and try to gain a little perspective. Because even if you feel like you are so correct and you are so right and the other person is just so wrong, which very much could be the truth, you have to remember that the only reason, in my humble experience, is, ooh, thunder. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but there's a thunder and lightning storm going on outside my house right now, and I feel like it's part of the aesthetic of what we've got going on today. But what you guys need to understand is a lot of times when argument is happening, it's because both parties don't feel seen and heard and understood. And even if you feel like you're taking the high road and being more mature about things, respect that everybody is in their own version of their own reality. Every single person feels the way that they do, thinks the way that they do, has the opinions the way that they do, based on how they've learned, been taught, the life experiences that they have. And it doesn't mean that one person is wiser or smarter than you or more advanced than you. It doesn't mean that at all. It means that your experiences are different. And maybe that's what the argument is happening around. So just be nice to yourselves today and recognize that even if you're having anger sent your direction, more often than not, it's coming from a place of hurt and misunderstanding. Try to see beyond. I encourage you guys with this Piscean energy, which is very intuitive. Get in touch with your intuition. Get in touch with your intuition and ask yourself, what is underneath that layer? Why is this, and it's hard. It's hard in the moment when you just want to maybe cry or shut down or yell back. It's hard to get in that mind state for yourself, but ask yourself, why is this person being this way? See beyond the anger, see beyond the rage and say, okay, this person is obviously really hurting. Why are they hurting? How can I diffuse that pain without relinquishing my own boundaries? You know? So the biggest thing that I'm seeing is, there's so much. Okay. So we pulled again these cards that came out yesterday. If you watched yesterday's reading, we pulled the Seven of Fire again, the Ace of Fire, and this one is we pulled Wisdom. So first of all, this is transmutable energy. This is happening for your own self-mastery. This is happening because this is an experience that maybe even karmically you signed up for. This was like, do you guys know about this? Let me give you this little analogy. I actually recently read this in a book and I thought it was brilliant. In this book called Energy Codes that I'm still reading, this person talks about how if you believe in reincarnation, which I do, if you believe in reincarnation, if you don't, I don't know, just take it as a nice little parable for yourself or not at all. But if you believe in reincarnation, think about before this life, you're on a bus with like all the people who are currently in your life and will be in your life for this existence that you know. And you are writing out the contract for your life because you are about to go down into earth and be born. And you are saying, okay, in my last life, I didn't really experience enough of this, or I didn't experience enough of that. So I want to experience this. Is there anybody on this bus that wants to help me fulfill this? And, you know, your best friend in your last life is like, yeah, I'll come down. I'll be your mom. I'll be your dad. I'll be your ex. I'll be your sibling, your baby, whatever I need to be. I'll help you fulfill that, but help me fulfill this. And so we are dealing with a lot of karmic stuff right now. I feel like the energy on earth right now, we are breaking a lot of generational curses. We are breaking through a lot of karmic patterns. And this is no exception to that. So this is self-mastery though. This is happening for your highest good, even if it feels painful right now, which I'm getting the sense that it really does feel painful right now. This is all for your highest good. This is so that you can transform into your highest self and you can come to have self-mastery. And you're going to gain so much wisdom from this encounter. I actually had my own personal experience a few weeks ago getting into an argument with someone. And I actually feel like I kept my cool. And like, don't get me wrong, I definitely raised my voice a little bit, but I didn't sit there and stoop to their level and tell them how I couldn't understand them or how they were so wrong. Or I just said, you know what? You're welcome to have that opinion. That's your opinion. And you can have that opinion. That's your decision. I didn't sit there and patronize them and stoop to their level and tell them how they couldn't possibly understand me because A, B, and C. There was no point. Based on their belief systems, their experiences, and how they've lived their life, they believed life to be a certain way, and there was no purpose or point in me trying to make them see it another way. So I feel like that really is innate wisdom. And with this argument or with this, even if it's internal, this might be an internal battle for some of you and not outward. You're going to have a breakthrough. If you take good care of yourself, recognize it in the moment for what it is, and try to see past your own ego, it's going to be good for you. It's going to give you an epiphany of great wisdom. It's going to help you grow on your path in the way that you're meant to. And so don't take this lightly. The wisdom card is freaking serious in this deck. There's only like so many, it's kind of like a major arcana in a way. So I do feel like there are some of you that are going to feel very, very, very hurt by whatever's going on. You're going to feel very isolated. You're going to want to sit in self-pity. You're going to want to blame yourself. You're going to feel very hopeless. You're going to feel betrayed. If it was an outward argument, you'll feel very betrayed. Maybe even betrayed by yourself, because maybe you've given in to some form of self-sabotage. But again, I can't say it enough, you guys. Whatever is happening around this full moon for you guys, whether it be internal or external, this is for your highest good. And I know I've said that like all week long, but we need to have like a counter. But this really is coming together for you, not against you. And even though it's painful in the moment and it's maybe making you question your entire existence, recognize that with this, it is truly a learning experience, and you will be learning something from it. You will come away with more knowledge of your own existence, or maybe this is actually going to be something that's been building for a long time and it's finally all going to come to a head. That's very traditional of full moons. And the reason I say, so wisdom actually is from later in the reading, but I jumped the gun on it a little bit. But we also are seeing a 9 of water, which that one was the 5 of water. I don't know if I said that. The 9 of water. And the 9 of water, this is all about acceptance, openness, illumination, emotion, enlightenment, strength, and courage. So like I said, this actually goes hand in hand with wisdom. It's for your own enlightenment. It's for you to gravitate towards this new part of life. It is here to teach you something. And I feel like that is how you come to self-mastery. You look at situations that are so hard that you don't ever think you'll be able to move past, that you don't ever think you're going to get over. That is the work. That is you putting in the spiritual work and the spiritual dedication to overcome and going into your own personal self-mastery. This is the shit that spiritual gurus do not talk about. You know, this is the stuff that is like, you know, everybody's like, oh yeah, be positive all the time. All this stuff is always working out for you. Stay high vibrational, da-da-da-da-da-da, which like that's a great way to be and a great thing to want to master and harness. But you can't get to that mind state until you have gone through the self-discovery, the self-mastery, the bullshit that comes along with it. Like, think about your existence now, and anytime you felt like you weren't going to make it through something and then you suddenly did. And now you're on the other side of it and you're like, wow, I'm really glad that thing happened. Even though it really sucked in the moment, I'm really glad that thing happened. And I feel like that's very much what this situation is going to be like. And then we also pulled the 8 of Air, which this card, I've seen it a few times in readings, and I feel like this card in particular can be, it looks a little brutal. I'm not going to lie to you about it. It looks kind of, I'll show it to you guys in just a sec. But the 8 of Air, it's got this angel-like creature, and he's got a dagger pointing into his hand and a dagger pointing away from his hand. And again, this is about ego, the truth, power, responsibility, consequence, cause and effect, lessons learned. So these cards really all do tie in together, because honestly, I feel like I can't even read this any farther. Like, this is exactly what it is. All of this is happening because it's a learning experience, because it's meant to happen. And for some of you, this might be nothing. This might be nothing compared to what you've already been through. This might be something so small. You already are on the path of self-mastery for it. You already are seeing things for what they are. You've already taken your blinders off. You've already been doing the transmutable work, the transitional work. And this is like just another little notch on your belt. You know, this is just another little nick in whatever you've already been working on. For some of you, this is going to be like nothing. You're like, oh, this is just part of the path. I'm already there. But for some of you, I really feel like this is going to be like almost like a dark night of the soul. For some of you, this is really going to put you down on yourself. And I want to just encourage you, don't live there. Recognize, ask yourself, even if you need to ask yourself in deep meditation, ask yourself, what is this trying to teach me? What am I learning from this experience? Where am I going with this? Where, you know, there is something to be learned from every single experience we encounter. So that's what I have for you guys. Don't be so hard on yourself. Please take some time out for you, and happy Friday the 13th. Anyways, you guys, thank you so very much. Today is the last day you can get your hands on a full moon reading. More information on that down below. They are $40 a piece. I deliver them usually within 5 to 7 business days of purchase. They are readings that go from full moon to full moon in your life. It's an 18 card spread that gives you a bunch of different little things about your life. If you would like to purchase one, just check out the below bar or the comment section where there is information for that. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram. I'm at Cozy Kale on Instagram and Twitter, and on Twitch, where I'm going to be doing, actually today, I'm recording this a little bit early, but I'm going to be doing a live tarot pop-up stream. So make sure you're following there. All the links are down below. And I think that's everything. I will see you guys in a future video. Bye.